You know, why can't we live in a world without Justin Bieber? Why does it have to be the Beatles? Like, come on, movie. Seriously? Yesterday comes from director Danny Boyle and screenwriter Richard Curtis. This stars Himesh Patel as Jack, an up-and-coming singer who really wants to be a big deal. He has these gigs where he performs at small parties, bars, all that other stuff. He has the potential of being someone great. But then one day, after this mysterious blackout happens around the entire world, he wakes up the next morning, performs a song written by the Beatles, and everyone's like, who are the Beatles? I don't know who they are. And Jack's like, bitch, what? So, going into this movie, I was pretty excited. I love the premise. I think the premise is absolutely brilliant. I'm a big fan of Danny Boyle. I love a lot of the guy's films. I don't think I've seen everything he's done, but everything I've seen from him, I've pretty much loved. Minus The Beach. I love 127 Hours. Train Spawn, Slumdog Millionaire, 28 Days Later, Steve Jobs. I even like the second Train Spawn. This guy is a very fantastic filmmaker. He's made a lot of great films. He's very versatile. And Richard Curtis is a terrific writer. If you guys have seen Four Weddings and a Funeral, or Love Actually, or Notting Hill, or About Time, this guy is really good at giving us really strong romantic comedies, or really strong romance stories. So with these two coming together and a premise like this, I was pretty excited to see this film. I liked it. It was cute. It was charming. It was sweet. The premise is great, like I said. The execution was kind of so-so for me, I'm not going to lie. But to get into the positives, obviously, the music is great, but, I mean, come on. It's the Beatles. I mean, come on. Himesh Patel does a great job here as Jack. I really liked his acting. I liked his singing. I loved his reactions to when he finds out that the Beatles aren't a thing. Like, he's searching through Google and everything, just looking things up. Those were the things that I laughed at the most during the movie. And the movie is very entertaining. There are some moments that drag throughout the film, but I was never bored, if I'm going to be honest. There were just moments that were a little slower than others, which I'll talk more about when I get to the negatives. But to continue the positives, as I said, Himesh Patel is great, and I cannot wait to see more from this guy. Lily James is so friggin' adorable. She is great in everything that she's in. I love her to death. I love her so much. She always shines. She is so adorable. I love her so much. She's so cute in this movie. Her character is essentially the manager of Jack. And for a while, she's had feelings for Jack, and she wants to be with Jack. But Jack, he's kind of questioning things. He doesn't know exactly what he wants. I thought that was a really cute aspect. I thought their chemistry together was incredible. Probably my favorite aspect of the film. Ed Sheeran was very good in this film. I actually really dug his performance. I think he was having a lot of fun with the film. I liked his performance in it. All the performances were good, minus one, but I'll get to that in the negatives. The comedy is very hit or miss. There are a lot of funny moments, but there are some moments that made me go, okay, whatever. That being said, you go into this movie mainly for the music and everything, and the sequences where he performs the music are great. He's an incredible singer, Himesh Patel. Danny Boyle does a good job directing this, but I have to say it's one of his more laid-back films. It's probably his funniest film to date. I don't think he's really made anything that's been more on the comedy side. Not that I could think of, at least. The screenplay was good, but again, there were some moments that just felt a little out of place and a little jarring for me. And to get into the negatives, like I said, some of the moments don't really work for me. I also think that the film was a little too long. I think it had its moments where it was slowing down, and some of those moments could have been cut out to make the film go a little quicker. And my biggest problem with the movie is Kate McKinnon. I like Kate McKinnon a lot. I think she's very funny. I think she's talented. I like her on SNL. The movies that she's been in, I don't necessarily hate them. And I don't necessarily hate her in them either. I thought she was so out of place here. She was so annoying. She was too much. Her character just didn't fit the tone of the movie. She was really overacted. She was just like all over the place. She was wild and full of energy. And I know that's what Kate McKinnon's like on SNL, but it did not work with what this movie was going for. They literally could have casted anyone else to play this character. I don't know why Danny Boyle casted her. And I'm not saying she's a terrible actress, because she's not. It's just that she didn't fit with this movie. and I was really, really aggravated when she was on screen. She just wouldn't shut up, and I'm like, shut the hell up, woman. Jesus Christ. Ugh. But overall, yesterday was a fun time. I enjoyed myself. I just wish it would have been better. Slight disappointment considering the fact that the talent that's in front and behind the camera, and the premise, of course. But if you're a fan of the Beatles, and if you're a fan of Danny Boyle, I would say definitely give this a watch. So I'm going to give yesterday a C+. Guys, tell me down below what you thought of this movie if you saw it. What's your favorite Beatles song? I can't think of mine. And what's your favorite Danny Boyle film? Mine is 127 Hours. Thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I'll see you guys soon.